How many of you can say you were 45 years old before you finally figured out your hair? Yeah, that's me. I'm floored, y'all. I have been frustrated with my hair. I wouldn't say my entire life, because it's not like I didn't like my hair. I just didn't know what in the world my hair needed. And finally, after one of my daughters, I have 4, she's had frustrations with her hair as well, and I kind of looked into that. And also my younger brother was showing some hair that I was like, why does he have hair like that and I don't? Because we have very similar hair. And so in some research and study, I came upon some things that led me to this. This is actually second day wash hair that I refresh, and I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. But I honestly, if you would have said what kind of hair you had, I would have said straight, literally. So before I get started, Larissa Prodigal Pieces here. I'm typically a home renovation DIY gal, which I'm still doing DIY, but this time it's DIY hair. It's crazy, blows my mind. But once you take a second and look up above on my blog here, you can find the emails, free email newsletter that comes right to you with the choice of being able to set up for as posts go live or maybe weekly. Also comes with discounts and just a bit of news, bring you into part of the family. But take a minute to do that, and also leave me some comment love below when you get through with this. Questions, I will love to field any questions. I'm going to try to make this as packed full as possible. My goal today is a refashion post followed by hair and also recipe for a gel that I found works wonders for me. All right, so backstory, like I said, I've always kind of had kinky hair, wavy kinky hair, and as a kid I would be able to have a humid day and it would be in pigtails and it would kind of do the curls, and I just thought, oh, it's humidity. And then I would go to hairdressers, and back in the 80s get a perm. The beautician would say, wow, your hair really takes really well to this perm. Didn't know that I probably didn't need a perm. Mind you, I think my hair has changed a little bit since having kids. 6 kids will do that to you. But as I've grown, I've noticed, you can see in my past blog for the last 10 years, I either have my hair up or pulled back in some fashion, because straight shanks on the side and bacon head in the back, and I'll show you some pictures. This is my hair before a regular shampoo day. I would wash every other day, get out and brush my hair and let it air dry, and just never knew what was going on. I had good hair, healthy hair. I just was frustrated. I couldn't figure out what in the world I needed to do to make it better and to make it so I didn't have to wear it up or in a ponytail or in a twist on the back of my head. And then there was that awful, awful bacon hair. Oh yeah, party going on in the back. That was super frustrating for me. I didn't know what to do with my hair. I went to beauticians up until college, and then the last haircut I got so frustrated I went home and cut it all myself. Since then I've been cutting my hair, my daughter's hair, my son's hair, my husband's hair. I do all the hair care in the house, and my husband has cut mine and my daughters have learned to cut mine, but I also continue to cut mine my own. And I can show you a tutorial that I used to layer once I figured out better what my hair needed and how to get it look a little fuller. Again, this is second day wash hair. This isn't even the first day of washing. I actually kind of find that the second day is better than the first, and sometimes it all depends on me. I have been only doing this, let's see, for about 8 or so weeks. So I've had really good result with my hair rebounding. I think it's due to the fact that I was one person who didn't wash every day, basically every other day. What I didn't know what I was doing was I was styling my hair. I would come straight out of the shower, brush it, and then let it air dry. I never used a hairdryer. I had my mom's hand-me-down hairdryer for 20-some years. It just broke recently. Got a new hairdryer at a thrift store, okay? Don't use a hairdryer except in winter to warm me up because I'm freezing as I'm getting dressed. But didn't know that I was styling my hair straight. Meanwhile, always having that wavy bacon, I call it, in the back of my head. Wasn't a girl I met in college, Janelle. She had the same thing, really good loopy curls in the back, but poker straight in the front, and she couldn't figure her out either. I couldn't believe I met somebody else with the same problem. But it turns out we just didn't know what we were doing. And apparently in my research over these last few months, I found that hairdressers aren't really taught how to deal with wavy, curly hair. So they just straighten it or, blow out or whatever. So that explains a lot. That I would ask hairdressers, what does my hair want? And they didn't know. And now I know what it needs. It's taking me 40 years to figure it out. But the best part is I figured out from my daughter, and I think my other daughter is headed the same way. Her hair's got a little bit of loops and curls, and I think it'll change over time as well. But my goal is here to just share a bit with you of what I've learned.
This was my very first refresh, and I was mind blown at how quickly the waves came up. This is after my first outing where I got compliments on my hair. 80s looking hair. This was a good day. You can see that my triangle layers are still there. Hadn't cut them out yet until I noticed I had a protein deficiency. More on that in my blog post. Then I found the flaxseed hair gel that saved the day. It allowed me to apply that in no time and get refresh after refresh with much success. I share the recipe in my blog post, so be sure to check that out. It's seriously mind-blowing how simple refresh can do so much. And then here's a first day wash right before I did this video. And this is the second day refresh with just some water. All I have to do is spray and scrunch up a bit and really let it go. I still can't be happier with this whole process and what I'm learning. Here I wanted to show you my DIY flaxseed gel that really replaced any store-bought stuff. Flax seeds, water, put in a pot. You get it to a good medium to high boil and let it cook for about 8 minutes until you get egg white or loogie looking gel. Let it cool off. Put it into a cheesecloth over a container. Just let it do its thing, come out, and you start to squeeze, and you see that coming out there. Cannot say enough, it's $3 for a bag, and I'm getting 3 batches so far, and I have more than half a bag left. You can add any essential oils that are to your liking. Just mix it in. See how thick it is? I found a dollar store funnel and just a squeeze tube to put it in. This is my daughter making this for me, by the way. And we just let it cool. Store it in the refrigerator for up to a week, maybe 2 at the most. You'll know it's bad when you have a yeasty smell. And it comes out super easy. Spread in my hands and we're good to go. I wanted to take a minute to show you this is after a wash day for me. I'm using the towel I made from the Jersey Knit cotton sheets just to scrunch up my hair to get out the excess water. This is a super handy towel that you can make from anything. I have all the details in my blog post how to do this, as well as create the hair towel I'll show you in a minute. I apply about a $half size bit of gel to each side and then add more to scrunch. You can't hear in this video because I dubbed it out, but you definitely want to hear a squishing sound when you're scrunching. But at this point I scrunch and scrunch and scrunch until my heart's content. Don't want to do too much because it'll make your hair stringy. Then I use my towel again to scrunch out any excess water and product that might be in my hair. Now I'm ready to plop. That's where I'm basically sticking my hair in this towel and gonna leave it in for 10, no more than 30 minutes, allowing my hair to rest and dry a bit, forming that cast we're looking for.
Hey, just wanted to kind of give you a quick rundown. You saw me with my wet hair and I showed how I scrunch with the towel and then put in my gel and then scrunch again to get out any excess product and extra water. Then I plop using my fancy schmancy turban. Now I did make mine from knit fabric sheets that I had and that worked well for myself and my daughters, and I also made the towels. You could use a baby blanket, you could use anything, and I showed you in my tutorial where this video is linked to how to make one of these yourself from a t-shirt. Really, it's really simple. Now this is 100% cotton knit fabric, lined inside and out. I used my serger, just add a button and a closure there that allows you to hang up on a hook or wherever you want, and also attach, as you can see there on the back. Super easy. You can hand stitch, you can machine stitch with a zigzag stitch. I love my serger because I can just run it through real quick. But the reason I'm aiming for this is here's one that I found. Actually, it was brand new at a thrift store, but it comes from the dollar store. If you look real close, You see how it has that pile there? Terry cloth and things like that, especially for somebody like me with the fine hair, hair still gets caught up on that and can make you frizzy. So while this may work for some, I really prefer the knit fabrics with no pile at all, and obviously less polyester the better. I have a poly on the outside, poly knit cotton mix on the outside that helps with the absorption, but definitely wanted the 100% cotton there, super smooth on the inside. So one of the things I wanted to go over with is some tools that I found. They'll try to sell you at these hair places a scalp massager because it promotes good scalp health and hair growth. I found mine at the dollar store. It's actually sold as a back scratcher, but it's the exact doggone thing. Same thing. You just get in there and you rub, and I can even scratch my back. So anyway, super savings here. I think they normally run about $7, $8. Mine was $1. The other thing that I really feel like I need to have is my tangle teaser. Now, I have tried brush styling with a Denman. No go for me. My hair is too fine, the waves just would stretch out. I've tried different methods. I may try it again. So Denman's a super high-end $25 brush. This one's half the price. I have tried styling with this as well. I think it's partly user, but mostly I don't think my hair likes brush styling. So I do use this as a wet brush. So after I wash and I put in my conditioner, while my conditioner is sitting, I use my tangle teaser to get the tangles out, starting at the ends, working my way up. And cannot say enough good about this, and I'm really picky about my things, so I do support the tangle teaser. And one of the other things I do while my hair is drying is I use little clips to root clip to create a little more volume there up on the top, because otherwise my hair might hang like this, even though I do diffuse and dry upside down. But when I'm air drying, I probably do 40 to 50% air dry. I do like to use my root clips to kind of clip my hair up. And as a pre-poo, something to treat your hair before, I just use a basic jojoba or argan oil. Not sure on that one yet. I'm still in the learning phase. Not sure if my hair likes it or not. It seems to weigh it down, so I need to do it a few more times to see, troubleshoot here what's going to work. But my daughter loves to do a few drops before she scrunches out the crunch. We get a cast from the gel, and before you scrunch it out, it helps reduce frizz. So just some other things that I'm learning along the way. If you want to hear more about my process or watch it in action, let me know. I'd be happy to show more details, but didn't want to overwhelm. So there you go.
I wear my hair up in that buff to keep it from getting tangled and kind of keep the curl training going on. You can use whatever you like. Here I am. I wanted to show you quick. This is my second day hair, and I'm going to give it a refresh. You could do this in several ways. What I found works best for me and my hair type is just distilled water in a continuous spray bottle. If needed, I'll use a leave-in conditioner, half and half distilled water to spray in. I will add first water and then add the leave-in, and then add more water as needed till almost dripping wet. Here I've got that towel I created from that jersey knit bed sheet mixed with a cotton poly jersey on the outside. Protects my shoulders. I'm going to just spray and spray and spray this distilled water. You could add essential oils into this if you wanted to give it a nice scent. Whatever they say, lavender, rosemary is really good for your hair. But anyway, I'm just doing this to soak, and then I'm going to scrunch.
Okay, so there we go. You see what I've done. It's pretty simple. I'm showing you not only the basic steps. I don't want to push a brand, but the number one products I tend to enjoy are Giovanni, and those are the ones I found probably about 12 years ago. My hair has always been so finicky, and I'm anal about not using chemicals. And when I did my research, I found that their Smooth as Silk product was the best thing for me. So I've been using that for the last 12 years, washing about every other day. And air drying. I didn't blow dry my hair. I don't flat iron. I don't curl maybe every, I don't know, few years. So basically just enjoying my hair the way it is. But I've found that I am low porosity, medium density with fine hair. Okay, my daughter on the other hand would be low porosity, medium to thick density, and medium hair. That is all something that has taken me weeks and months to research to figure out what in the world my hair likes. I have tried everything under the sun, from mousses to the commercial gels to co-washing all the time, like the Curly Girl method. That's what kicked me off on this venture. Curly Girl method does not strictly work for my hair, does not like it. Co-washing is quite not enough. I need a little bit more washing in there with my sulfate-free shampoo, which is the Giovanni that I use. I've not tried others, so I figure why fix it if it ain't broke. But success with the flaxseed gel recipe that I shared, I get a crunch on my re-wetting day, and that little bit of conditioner for winter months is great when I do a leave-in, but really I can wear that buff and come out the next morning and not do anything, just put it up if I want to. I can wet it and refresh it like this if I like. Doesn't always go this good, hence the pictures I've shown. But it's definitely a learning process. So if you're new to this journey, I encourage you to not give up. That transition phase will be different for everybody. Mine and my daughter's was fairly fast because we already had healthy hair. We don't bleach, we don't color, we don't heat style. But now that I'm into this, I am definitely using my hair dryer, which is mind-blowing because I never thought I would. But it does help keep the shape and allow me to diffuse, to pixie diffuse and hover diffuse to get it to stay, and can't be happier. So I feel like a brand new person at 45 and excited to share with you those that may be looking for more wavy tips because there's not a lot out there. So plan to keep you updated, plan to keep you to see how my hair changes, because my hair has been trained to be straight for so long, and I did do a big chunk cutoff about 3 inches in layers or so, maybe a little longer, which that helped bounce it back up. But when I'm working from the roots out, it's going to take maybe a year or so for me to see fully what my potential is, but I'm excited to share that with you. Again, Larissa at Prodigal Pieces. Sign up for my email newsletter so you can stay in touch, and feel free to ask questions. Until next time.